Hello everyone and welcome to another YouTube video as we're on the road to WrestleMania 40, the biggest WrestleMania of all time. Let's go back to a match that took place on the road to WrestleMania 12. It was inside a steel cage at In Your House 6. I'm talking Bret the Hitman Hart versus Diesel with a WWE Championship on the line. Who was going to defend their championship against the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, who defeated Owen Hart earlier in the night to confirm that he would be challenging the winner of this match for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 12. And with that being said, let's not wait any longer. Let's get right into it. It's Big Daddy Cool Diesel looking to take the WWF Championship from Bret the Hitman Hart. The winner of this match will be defending their WWF Championship against the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, who we saw earlier tonight defeat Owen Hart to confirm that he was heading to WrestleMania. And Diesel with these clubbing blows to the back of the Hitman. Diesel has that size advantage. Bret Hart may be making a mistake in choosing to defend against Big Daddy Cool. But Diesel with a clubbing blow. Every time Bret tries to fight back, Diesel seems to be countering and choosing to fight such a big opponent inside a steel cage, a match that is so dangerous against a guy that's nearly twice your size. And who wants this more? This is a big match, with it being the road to WrestleMania 12. Who wants to head into WrestleMania more as the WWF champion? And now, driving the boot into the face of Bret Hart, using that steel cage for leverage. Big Daddy Cool so tall he can touch the top of the cage, standing on his feet. And Bret Hart gets Irish whipped across the ring, nailed into the ring turnbuckles and bouncing off. And Big Daddy Cool doing a little bit of showboating as he stands tall for the time being. Bret Hart is not in a good way. Boot to the knee as Hart tries to fight back. But again, Diesel with a right to stop Bret's momentum. Any bit of momentum Bret's been able to get, Diesel's been stopping so far. Bret gets sent into the cage, but no, Bret uses foot to block, and Diesel face first into the steel cage. And now Bret finding an opening. This is exactly what Bret Hart needs to find his way back in this match to make sure he retains his WWF Championship and head to WrestleMania to face the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, for the WWE Championship. And into the steel, Big Daddy Cool goes. Big Daddy Cool Diesel finding himself in that steel cage face first a couple times. First time he tried to throw Bret into the steel cage, Bret blocked it with his foot and then nailed Diesel face first into the cage. And then a second time, Bret Hart got Diesel. Oh, Bret could be looking to escape the cage. Bret could escape the cage right here, right now, and he'll head to WrestleMania. But here comes Diesel using that height advantage to his advantage. And now, Diesel and Bret both at the top turnbuckle. Very precarious situation with these knees of Diesel driving into the midsection of Bret Hart. And now back down as Big Daddy Cool picks up Bret Hart, driving him spine first into the steel cage. And again into the bars of the steel cage. Absolutely devastating. The damage is being done to the Hitman. And perhaps leading to a jackknife. That would close this one out. Big Daddy Cool called for the door to be open. And he's going to just walk out of this one and become WWF champion. As he takes his time, but you can see Bret Hart starting to move. He may have waited too long. The Hitman realized it. Oh, and grabbed the top rope. That's gonna hit the family jewels. And Bret Hart clubbing blows. Here we go, unloading. on the challenger, Diesel. And Diesel on the receiving end of the attack from Bret the Hitman Hart. Now going for a submission. Oh, headbutt right into the family jewels. Bret now looking to crawl out. Bret's out. He's so close. But Diesel able to grab the legs. And now pulling Bret Hart back in. Both feet have to touch the floor to win this match and become WWF champion. And now here comes Diesel. Bret Hart now pulling Diesel back in the ring. The fight between these two to crawl outside the ring, crawl outside that door or get over the top. That's what it's all about. Who is going to touch the floor with both feet and become WWF champion? Whether that be Bret retaining or Diesel being crowned the new champion. Oh, and Bret driving all his weight onto the leg of Diesel. And when you have an opponent twice your size, this is how you break down your opponent. You go after the leg. You keep them off their feet. You keep them unsteady. And this is especially essential for the excellence of execution in Bret Hart in terms of being able to go for that sharpshooter, which more damage will be done to that leg. So right now, Bret Hart weakening the knee is absolutely brilliant as he continues with a kick to the back of the knee. And now here comes Diesel with clubbing blows, finding his way back in this match. And a huge clothesline takes down Bret Hart for the time being. And Diesel once again in control. You can see on his ring gear, it says Diesel Power. And so far, Diesel is bringing the power in this bout. And a side walk slam. Boom! With authority, Bret Hart. You could see the pain. Bret bridging. That's how much it hurt his back. Who will walk out of the Louisville Gardens as the WWF champion and head to WrestleMania 12 to defend the championship against the Heartbreaker Shawn Michaels? Diesel with an elbow drop. Bret Hart moved out of the way and getting out of harm's way. And Bret, can he capitalize on the situation? Bret looking to climb over the top. Diesel looking to escape through the door. Bret Hart's going over the top. Bret Hart realizes that he wouldn't have been able to beat Diesel. Diesel has an easier way out going through that door. It'll be quicker for him to get out the door than it would be for Bret to get over the top of the cage and then touch the floor. And now going after the leg of Diesel once more with an elbow drop to the knee. With every time Bret continues to go after the knee, he's weakening it. He's getting ready for that sharpshooter that'll make it difficult for Diesel to try and climb the cage. That'll make sure that Diesel is forced to only attempt to escape by going through the door, which could be harmful in the end, especially if Bret Hart finds himself nearly outside of the cage, nearing the floor. It'll be difficult for Diesel to climb the top of the cage. And here comes Bret Hart going up to the top of the cage. He's going to climb, but here comes Diesel, who's having a little bit of a struggle. Bret Hart's over the cage, but Diesel makes it just in time. Any further, Bret Hart would be walking into WrestleMania as the WWF champion. And Diesel, with Bret Hart over his shoulders, slams him right into the mat. What a slam from Big Daddy Cool. And just like that, Diesel is taking control. Diesel going to take his time, catch his breath, regroup, recover. The damage has been done to his leg. Going to try and shake off the cobwebs. And you can see Big Daddy Cool limping towards the champion, Bret Hart. And Bret being sent into the turnbuckles by Diesel, but Bret gets the boot up, knocks out Diesel for the time being, stuns him. And a bulldog off the top to Diesel, takes him off his feet. Both men are down. Can Bret Hart capitalize on the damage? But what this does also is this gives Bret Hart time to recover, time to catch his breath, while also giving him some time to be able to capitalize, giving him that chance. And now Bret looking to climb the cage once more, climbs up the ropes, climbing up the cage, but here comes Diesel to meet him right there. Diesel going after him with authority. You can see the march the pep in the step of Big Daddy Cool. And now, Big Daddy Cool, backdrop suplex to the champion. And now Diesel, all he has to do is get to the door, but the damage has been done to his knee. Diesel grabbing onto that knee that Bret Hart's been working on throughout this match. That has been such an effective job from the excellence of execution, Bret Hart. Absolute brilliance from the champion. And now Bret Hart perhaps going to climb out and go out the door. Crawl into the door, trying to climb out. Bret caught by Diesel. Bret is in trouble, not where he wants to be. And a big elbow drop from the challenger. Bret's down. Diesel, all he's got to do is crawl to that door, and we got ourselves a new WWF champion. But that's if Diesel can find himself a way to crawl there, fight through the pain. He's going to have to fight through the pain in his knee in a quick enough fashion to beat Bret Hart from recovering. But goes after Bret Hart in the corner, and the knee connects to the top turnbuckle. The bad knee, and Bret Hart continues the attack on the knee. Stomping on the knee of the challenger. Here we go, Bret Hart continuing the damage. This is what makes him so brilliant. Diesel being shaken, being taken back down right to size. A size that works for Bret Hart to take him down. And it's going to be difficult for Diesel to stand, let alone climb the cage. The best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. Bret Hart proving exactly why he is that. Exactly why he is the excellence of execution. Bret Hart driving Diesel face first in that top turnbuckle. Boot to the knee as Bret Hart continues that attack. Continuing to go after the knee of Diesel. Irish whip, but Diesel reversing it. And Bret, oh my God, chest first into the top turnbuckle, just collapsing on the floor. That'll knock the wind out of you. And now Diesel has a chance to regroup, to recover, to capitalize, but he's holding onto that knee. This gives Diesel some time to recover, at least get that knee back to where it needs to be. He may not be able to use this opportunity as a chance to escape the cage immediately, but it definitely gives him some time to get back in a good enough shape to continue this bout with Bret the Hitman Hart. Both men giving it everything they've got. The stakes are high. The WWF Championship is on the line. And heading into WrestleMania as WWF Champion is looming above their heads. And WrestleMania just around the corner. Who wants to headline the Showcase of Immortals as champion? Clubbing blow to the back of Bret the Hitman Hart from Diesel. Diesel saying, get up. And now he's just toying with Bret Hart. Bret Hart trying to pull himself up. And Diesel really been in control for the most part here. And Diesel sends Bret into the corner. Just taking his time, slowing this match down to his pace. Bret has that quickness, that execution. But Diesel slowing this thing down, especially with the damage to his knee. He needs to slow it down to a pace that he can work with, especially for the damage that's already been done to the knee. That knee is not 100% as Diesel limps towards Bret Hart, who finds himself in the opposite corner. And Bret Hart going after that knee once more. Bret, and again, taking out the challenger. Bret looking to climb the cage, looking to escape. He's very close. Can he get there? And he's there. And Bret Hart's gone, but Diesel grabs Bret by the head. And now Diesel pulls Bret back into the ring, over the cage. Right back in. Bret was so close, but Diesel able to pull himself up and get Bret back in the ring and make sure Bret does not retain his championship just yet, as Diesel looks to become WWF champion heading into WrestleMania. And now both men in a precarious situation. Bret not where he wants to be, up at the top. Diesel pulls him down. Diesel sends Bret right into the cage. And that's the damage that Diesel needs to cause to Bret to weaken his opponent, to weaken the Hitman, to make sure he has enough time to escape the cage when the time is right. And now Big Daddy Cool doing a little bit of showboating, taking some time to celebrate, but you don't want to celebrate too early. Now he's gesturing around the waist for the title. He's saying the title's going to be his in just a matter of moments. But Bret Hart trying to find his way back up to his feet. The jackknife would do it. If Diesel connects the jackknife onto Bret Hart, well, we will be crowning a new WWF champion, Bret Hart. Oh, and once again, Bret Hart chest first into the turnbuckle. And Diesel now in control. Really taking his time. And now Diesel, it seemed that he was going to go for the door. But he said, nah, I think I'll wait. I'm going to cause more damage first. Let's take a look at this again. Chest first. Bret just collapsing into the mat. And Diesel really taking his time, inflicting as much damage as he can to Bret. Bret hanging over the middle rope. Diesel driving all of his weight on the spine of the champion. Coming crashing down on the champion. Diesel in control. Diesel moments away perhaps from becoming the new World Wrestling Federation champion. And now has Bret Hart over his shoulders. This ain't going to be pretty. Bret instead sends Diesel into the cage. Diesel face first in the cage. Bret, a moment of hope for the champion. Bret finding his way back in this. Bret, can he capitalize? Bret able to pull himself up. He's trying, and he does. And now Bret, this time he's looking for the sharpshooter. This will be the final blow that'll really keep Diesel off his feet. But Diesel not allowing it to happen. Diesel with a thumb to the eye. And it's all legal inside the steel cage. Anything goes. Diesel could very well win this. Bret Hart had a moment of hope, but Diesel with that thumb to the eye when Bret was going for the sharpshooter. Turned things around, preventing Bret from really picking up some momentum, from causing serious damage to that knee of Diesel. Bret going after the back of Diesel. Now Bret was going through the leg, now going out to the back with a Russian leg sweep. This is smart. Now weakening the back, making it hard for Diesel to really get up. Now that he's taken out the leg to extreme, now weakening that back makes it even more difficult for Diesel to move around in the cage. And now Bret pulls himself up. Now going for the climb once more, but Diesel gets back up to his feet. Not as quick as he was earlier on. And now a kick to Diesel. Bret up at the top with an elbow drop. What an elbow to the face of Big Daddy Cool Diesel. And Bret Hart, the excellence of execution, finds himself in control. The best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. Could be moments away from heading to WrestleMania as the World Wrestling Federation champion. And Bret climbs over the top, but Diesel with a low blow, and it's all legal. Oh, and to make matters worse, Bret, the family jewels connect with that top rope. Diesel, desperation move from the challenger, realized what he needed to do to stop Bret Hart from climbing over the cage. But Diesel fell down, holding onto that knee. Diesel, it's like he's miles away from that door. Diesel's going to have to do everything he can to make his way. And now Diesel starts to make his way. As he pulls onto that rope, he crawled to the rope, now pulling himself to the door. Can he do it? But Bret catches Diesel. Diesel kicks back at Bret, who tried. Diesel's going to do it, but Bret grabs the ankle. Diesel trying to break free. And yes, he does. And Diesel's heading. Oh! What is this? Oh my! The Undertaker coming from under the ring. And he just takes Diesel with him. The Undertaker's taking Diesel with him. Diesel has been taken to the depths of hell under the ring, and there's smoke coming out, and Bret Hart has done it. Bret Hart has escaped the cage. Bret Hart heading to WrestleMania as the World Wrestling Federation champion. But smoke coming out of the ring. Diesel was taken in that hole. And here, Diesel, oh my, Diesel had his pants shredded. I don't know what happened to Diesel down there, but he was destroyed by The Undertaker. He looks scarred by the dead man. There comes The Undertaker, who rises out of the cage. Diesel trying to escape the cage. Diesel going over the top of the cage. And Diesel escapes the cage. It looks like Diesel has seen a ghost. And Diesel able to get away from The Undertaker before Undertaker could cause any more damage to Big Daddy Cool. And Diesel, you can see that look of worry as he gets stalked by the dead man, The Undertaker. And The Undertaker perhaps costing Big Daddy Cool the WWF Championship. If it weren't for The Undertaker, we might have been seeing a new World Wrestling Federation champion in the form of Big Daddy Cool Diesel. In the end, it would be Bret the Hitman Hart heading to WrestleMania, but Undertaker climbing the cage, and he's just eyeing down Diesel. Just eyes down Diesel. And The Undertaker has his eyes set on Diesel. Diesel might not be heading into WrestleMania 12 as the champion, but he might find himself against The Undertaker. All right, everyone, and that was Bret the Hitman Hart versus Big Daddy Cool Diesel inside a steel cage at In Your House 6 for the World Wrestling Federation Championship. In the end, while Big Daddy Cool was trying to crawl and escape the cage door, it would be The Undertaker who would rise from the bottom of the ring and pull Big Daddy Cool Diesel through this hole, allowing Bret the Hitman Hart to climb the cage and escape with both feet touching the floor. And Bret Hart went on to defend his World Wrestling Federation Championship against the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. And with that being said, thank you all for tuning in to another YouTube video. Don't forget, follow me on all my socials at Hype the Commentator right here on YouTube, on Instagram, on Twitch, on TikTok, and Hype Commentator on X. Thank you all for sticking with me on this journey, and I will see you all in the next one.